like science.
I like science.
I like science.
So,
She's wearing her glasses so she
Yeah.
can read her notes.
yep.
What's
No.
up? This is an episode I know very well.
It is.
So, yeah, it's interesting to come across one that's like, oh, this one.
Yeah.
Like as soon as it starts, it's like, oh, right, the Be Careful What You Wish For episode with Jake Sisko.
Yeah. Yeah. In case you guys didn't remember, we are covering Deep Space Nine, Season 5, Episode 4, Nor the Battle to the Strong.
Nor the battle to the strong much must come
Sounds-
from Shakespeare or something. I should
I was
look
just
that
gonna
up.
say that. I was just gonna say that.
Nor the battle to the strong?
The Strong.
It sounds something way out of context. Oh, so far, I'm just seeing references to the episode. Ah, it's from the Bible.
Mm.
Ecclesiastes 9:11. I saw something else under the sun. The race is not to the swift, nor the battle to the strong. Neither is the breed to the wise, nor the wealth to the intelligent, nor the favor to the skillful. For time and chance happen to all.
Mm.
Hey, that's, what do you know, a podcast doing sort of research in real
Yeah.
time.
Well, that's actually a pretty fair saying, really. So, I don't know which non-biblical guy wrote that, but because the Bible was not written by God.
Well, the Bible was written, just not by God.
Yeah, just not by God. That's what I'm saying.
It was written by people making claims about God, including eyewitnesses to the resurrection. There weren't 50 eyewitnesses to the resurrection. There are claims of 50 eyewitnesses to the resurrection.
And knowing what we know about the human race.
I was like, oh yeah, 50 people are there. They saw it. Okay, who are their names? Where are their accounts? Why didn't they write anything? Why didn't they pass down word of mouth stories of the resurrection?
Maybe they did, and they were all just excluded from the Bible, because that's what the thing is about the Bible. It was they picked and chose what
Picked and choosed?
went in, and they picked and chose. They picked
Yep,
and chose what
what
put in there.
Nicene agreement and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Keep this, lose that, keep this, lose that. Oh, there was a gay follower, lose him. There's possibly a woman follower, lose her.
There
We'll
was a
just make
woman
it
who
these
wrote a
12.
gospel for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
At least one.
Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John were written by Matthew, Mark, Luke, or John. They were written many years after by people talking about the gospels of said people, but they weren't accounts firsthand.
All right then.
Okay,
there you go.
Sorry, I could go on and on and on about discrepancies in the Bible.
But let's not do that.
Let's not do that. We have an episode to discuss, and it's a pretty big one.
It's a good.
It's the MASH episode of Deep Space Nine.
Yeah, it's kind of like that.
Suicide by phaser is pointless.
Oh, stop it.
The transporter brings us many changes. That's why we sing the theme tune to MASH.
All right. Anyway, this episode starts with Jake and Bashir on a shuttle.
I thought you were going to say sitting in a tree.
They're sitting in No, they're on
Bashir and Jake on a shuttle.
Yeah, and it was Bashir's coming back from some symposium or whatever conference, etc.
They're always coming back from a conference,
and he's talking about all of this medical stuff to Jake as if Jake can understand that. Jake is not a doctor, Julian.
How many medical terms did you get from this? He talks about quantum stuff too, but I heard peptides and I heard amino acids.
Yeah. So it's one of those things where it's like, you just want to hear yourself talk, don't you, Julian? You don't care if anyone understands.
He's very excited about this progress being made in whatever medical procedure, and Jake didn't make heads or tails of it.
Neither did I.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're headed back to Deep Space Nine, and there's a distress call, and the there's this planet the Klingons have attacked, and there are settlements that are falling all over the place, and I mean that by being destroyed. And they need medical help to get people stabilized and hopefully get them out of there at some point, because the Klingons haven't actually gotten to this particular settlement where all of these wounded people are. So, but we don't know that until after the credits. So, and Jake is bored with the sheer and is regretting
Yeah, he
taking
agreed to
on,
this assignment.
yeah,
Yeah.
taking on this assignment and doing this profile of Dr. Bashir, and wishes that something exciting would happen. And unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on who you ask, he gets his wish.
At one point.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, he's 18 at this point, so he's
Uh-huh.
a legal adult, if they even count that shit anymore. But yeah, so they, and Julian is a great doctor, so he could go out and help them. And he's just like, no, this is not something we're equipped for. And Jake basically talks him into going down there, and so they go down there and change course. Well, they change course for the planet and go down there. And
Yeah. They're gonna
yeah.
about to beam down because Jake's putting in their luggage into the beam down elevator. And and Bashir's like, we can't just leave the runabout here, you know. We have to actually fly in,
Mm-hmm.
which becomes a point later on when they need to get generators.
Yep.
But yeah, have to fly down onto the surface because they can't beam in because, they don't want to leave the runabout just for any Klingon to come across.
Yeah.
And also, this facility they're beaming to, they can't get through because of interference.
Mm-hmm. So they have to take the shuttle no matter
Right.
what. So yeah. I can't even remember exactly where the credits started. It might be right after that, or it might have been later. But next thing we get is a scene with everybody in Quarks, like almost just everybody, like the rest of the main cast in Quarks, awaiting the decaf Roctigino that Quark has
Right.
supposedly created so that Kira doesn't drink so much caffeinated stuff affecting the baby that she's carrying for the
Uh,
for Miles and Keiko.
oh, the O'Briens. And this excuse to have the pregnancy. It's a clever way of doing it. It's just, it brings up a lot of issues regarding the rights of a mother.
True, true. But she volunteered,
True.
so
I mean, it's
it
kind of
wasn't
weird to give up your bodily autonomy, but, she did.
she did, and she was fine after that.
Yeah.
But I appreciate actually that they worked that into a plot line,
Yeah, instead of hide her
because
behind bags or something. I can't hear you anymore.
waiting for me. All right, can you hear me now?
Now I can.
Okay. Yeah, things have been weird today. Anyway, so she tastes the rock de Gino, and it was terrible. And my favorite thing about this scene is Dax saying, "Why does pregnancy make men hysterical?"
Yep. Pretty funny. And I like her walking around with the hands behind the back that we got to see
Mm-hmm.
from Tawny Newsome playing Dax.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like,
Yep.
aha.
Well, that's the thing. Tawny Newsome is like the ultimate Trek nerd. So
Well, she's especially
she,
Deep Space Nine. That's her show.
yeah, that's her jam. That is her
Uh-huh.
jam. Like her character Mariner was stationed at Deep Space Nine, and I'm
Yep.
sure that she had an influence over that.
Oh yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, so now they find out about this colony. They know that Jake's there with Bashir, and the thing is they can't get there in time to be of any help because it'll take them at least 3 days to get there. And so they're trying to get other ships to come and aid them, and they mention the Farragut is
The
coming to help.
Farragut.
The Farragut, James T. Kirk's first captaincy.
Yep. That
Made
must be
me
an old ship.
happy that that that's still around, except it's not going to be around for much longer because
Mm.
later in the episode it gets totally destroyed by the Klingons, and that broke
Right.
my little heart.
Yeah, goodbye, Farragut.
Yeah, make a new Farragut, just like you did the Enterprise A.
Yeah.
Get to the Farragut A. You can do that. They've done it with Voyager. They've done it with every other big ship. Give the Farragut new life, you bastards. So yeah. Um, of course, it's a mess down in the caves where they're
Yeah, they
basically
having to do
hiding.
triage, and all this while Jake Sisko is narrating because he's
Yeah.
writing this article that was supposed to be this profile of Bashir, but it turns into this memoir of sorts of his experience on during this battle.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is that he hasn't seen war firsthand until
Yeah,
now.
he's talked about being attacked while on the space station, but it never seemed all that dangerous to him before.
Yeah, that's because he wasn't having phasers pointed directly at him.
Yeah, and now when there's bombs going off next to him and phasers being pointed at him and carrying wounded and dead back and forth, and one guy
Yeah.
so afraid that he shot himself in the foot. It's a very catch-22 thing.
Yeah. Just wanted to, and the thing is that he maybe they would have noticed, maybe they wouldn't have, but the way that he talked about it made it very clear that he had shot himself in the foot.
Bashir knew.
Yeah.
Bashir knew immediately. He looked at the foot and went, "This is a phaser wound. This is like a Federation phaser wound."
And yeah, that's the thing is that this do we call this guy a coward? Do we think he should be court-martialed? Or do we think that it was a fight or flight response when his life was in peril? And
It's, it was a decision made on the fly, and even he talks about that. Is like
yeah,
you never know. It's just you see somebody get wounded and carried off in the middle of the battle, and you think, hey, that's a way to escape this thing that could kill me. And so you shoot
mhm,
yourself in the foot.
yeah,
Um, During, I think, Platoon, there's this guy that trains actors for war movies. And they're talking about how, in the middle of combat, the buddy next to you gets shot. And what do you respond is like, oh, like shock and horror and sadness is like, no, it's relief. It was him and not you.
mm,
And that's not something you would think in that moment that you would feel. But you do because it's human nature. It's like,
yeah,
thank God it was him and not me. And then you feel terrible about it. And you have that kind of resentment at yourself, just, feeling fortunate that the guy next to you died, but not you.
mm,
And so, yeah, it's the horrors of war.
yeah,
Really shouldn't be made to feel these things. But, the way our society works, the way it does now anyway, when people have to battle for resources and land and all these things that should be shared equally between all of us. Instead we have to kill each other for it, and it's just pointless.
yeah. The thing is that there's enough for everyone.
Yeah, easily.
There's literally enough for everyone, but it's all about who controls
Hmm.
that. It's all about who controls those resources.
Yeah,
And
I just think
therein
the
lies the
person that
problem.
could end world hunger is the same person that ended US aid. What
Hmm.
does that tell you?
A lot. It tells me that we're in a bit of a pickle.
Yeah.
That's a big
Though he's no
understatement.
longer a trillionaire because apparently the Tesla stock plummeted, so there's that.
Oops.
Was already overvalued, as is a lot of stock,
Mm.
especially with data centers.
Ugh.
They're putting so much investment in something that could pop at any time. The bubble could burst at any
Yeah.
moment, especially when people like might refuse to use it. They're forcing it down our throats. Use our AI agent. No, I don't want
No.
to.
Nope. I don't do that. I don't do that. So, yeah, I wrote down a thing that I think was it's something that's true, but it's also something that uh is part of one of my favorite video games, and that's war. War never changes.
Oh yeah, Fallout.
Hmm. War never
War.
changes.
War never changes.
Yeah.
Is that Ron
And
Perlman that
he is the person who does that little prologue bit in
mhm.
basically Fallout 3, Fallout 4. he's also the newscaster in Fallout 4 at the very beginning of the game,
Cool. Yeah,
right
there's some great
before.
voice actors in the Fallout series.
Oh, there's so many great voice actors. So many great voice actors in there. And the Fallout television show as well. So many great
Yes.
actors there as well. But yeah, war never changes. It's dumb. It always ends the same way.
Mm. Yeah, with
There's no
everybody dead.
you don't
Deaded.
win a war. There you just stop fighting.
Hmm.
There's no winning a war because you've not won if you
It,
all these people are dead.
well, if you think that the events in World War One led to World War Two,
Hmm.
and then the World War Two led into the Cold War. The Cold War led into like Yugoslavia, former Yugoslavia. It's just one thing after the other.
Yep.
Korea, Vietnam,
Yeah.
just goes on and on and on.
Yeah. So yeah, it's hectic and crazy down on the planet that
Yep.
is being attacked by the Klingons. And
Makeup's
meanwhile,
not really great because we see some wounded people and it's like they just have a little bit of jam on their forehead. It's like,
well, that's the thing. You can't see underneath their clothes. You don't know what's
well,
going on in
yeah,
there.
it's just, they go down and wave a light at this guy and he's got like jam smeared on him. It's like, well, I guess that's an injury. Okay, we'll just say that it is.
Yeah, and there's very little going back to Deep Space Nine on this, but we do have another segment where we go back to Deep Space Nine, and Old Man Odo comes in limping to talk to Cisco,
Yep.
and
And Cisco's tossing this ball up and down, and I guess they kept the take because the first top up or toss up was not that great.
not great, not great.
It's like he had to really kind of hustle to catch it again.
Yeah, but hey, that's realistic. I love it.
Yeah.
Um, but Odo hurt himself while chasing cheaters,
Yep.
basically.
He
If
forgot he couldn't turn into a condor anymore
yeah, he
because he's a solid.
he yeah. It was people were cheating at Dabo, and Odo Quark requested that he come and look, and Odo noticed, yes, yeah, they're absolutely cheating. So
Yep.
that was what that whole thing was about. Cisco is doing his best not to think about what's going on with Jake and Bashir.
Yeah, because he was really interested in Odo's story because he
Mm-hmm.
needed some kind of distraction so he wasn't thinking about Jake on this planet.
Yeah. And that's a hard thing for anybody who loves
Some. Okay. We're getting some kind of loop.
some.
We're looping.
Okay, weird.
This is very strange.
I know. I'm sorry. It's probably my fault somehow.
I don't know. Well, we did change internet services, but it seemed like the last time we did this, we didn't have any of these issues.
No, I think it might be my computer.
Okay.
It's been even with doing things like cleaning things off and whatnot, it's still pinwheeling a lot more than it should
Oh,
be.
right. Right.
And I think that's what's causing this problem. Not that something's pinwheeling, but you know what I mean.
Yep.
It's just and it's happening with everything on my computer. It's not just
Huh.
this. It's opening a book. It's opening a web page. It's navigating to another web page. It's just, I don't know why my computer has just suddenly decided that it's not going to run right anymore. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's something with Macs is they really should come with some kind of utility installed that helps clean out junk.
Yeah, I already have that. It's called
Yeah.
Clean My Mac, and it
Uh,
didn't solve the problem.
yeah, but
It
it's
solved
like,
other problems, but
right.
not that problem.
Yeah, it's just the weird thing about Macs is a lot of your junk files stay on there.
Yeah,
And
well, that's true of other computers.
yeah, there just should be a system to automatically wipe them after a while.
Yeah, because my work computer does the same thing.
Yeah.
But I mean, it has the thing that cleans off all of these files. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. And the processor is running hot. And even when I have like one app open,
Yeah.
and I don't know, I just
Yeah, I need to break up my book into segments because when I have it opened, it runs way too hot because it's so many gigs.
Yeah.
It's like I need to really chop that up so it's not using so much memory. But then it makes it difficult to search the document for previous things. Like if I had need to find a character's name that I introduced earlier,
Yeah.
it's like,
It's
okay, how do I find that?
yeah, we might just have to break down and buy new computers at some point, but I'm
Mm,
gonna try not to do that for as long as I can.
yeah.
But
I
it
mean, I
it
can
may,
break up my stuff, it'll help.
yeah. But this I don't know if this problem's gonna get better.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it sounds like your issue is pretty
yeah.
intense.
Anyway, let's continue.
All right, yes.
So
So
yeah,
yeah,
it's
um,
it's Cisco's doing a great job of distracting himself, but that distraction is only going to be temporary. It's not going to work forever. So
yeah, when he's in like for 3 hours adjusting the replicators,
and
it's like there's only
then
so far you can take a distraction to the point that you're just, dragging your feet,
well, that's the thing
whatever.
though. He finds another distraction, doesn't he?
Oh yeah, the the sonic showers or whatever.
Yeah. So, yeah, when we get back to this other planet, we find out the Klingons have destroyed the Farragut. What the actual fuck? What the
Right.
fuck? The Farragut? You bastards.
Yeah.
I'm not happy about that. Yeah. That was bad. Because
We
everybody,
have
I'm sorry.
a lot of the I guess you'd call them corpsmen. They're not actual doctors. They're more of, I guess, just assistants or, just to drag in the bodies, then drag them out.
Mm-hmm.
And they're having gallows humor around the table talking about the way they'd all like to go and what would be quickest.
Yeah.
It's like, take a phaser, beheading, and oh wait, that's much later on. I'm way
No,
ahead
it's
of
not too,
myself
no, it's
because
not that
this
far.
is after Jake comes back when
Yeah.
they're talking about that.
Well, that's yeah. Basically nothing will prepare you for the real thing.
Right.
You can read, you can train, you can have simulations, but it's not you never know what it's going to be like until you're actually in it. And that is just the way war is. It's the way that medical personnel have to respond. And the fact that they keep getting done what needs to be done and still manage to, try to make light of it. That's a strong team. This is a
Yep.
really strong medical team.
I mean, that's how you deal with stress. I mean, a
Yeah.
lot of people get after the My Favorite Murder hosts that, they take comedy and use it to discuss murder, but they're not making fun of the murder.
No, they never have been making
It's
fun of the
there
murder.
to make light of their own anxiety over murder.
Yeah. Duh.
Yeah, so, and often they're making fun of the murderer
Mm-hmm.
whenever possible.
Yeah, you leave those ladies alone.
So, yeah, it's not like they're making fun of the victims or making light of victimhood. It's quite the opposite. It's their
Yeah.
own anxiety and why they're fascinated by murder because this is something that could happen to them at any time, especially with Georgia, because she's got that anxiety, even to the point sometimes she wonders about her own husband, because sometimes a husband will, out of the blue, kill their spouse. And it
That
happens. And yeah,
that thought has never crossed my mind with you.
yeah,
There's
yeah, but
no
yeah,
there's no universe in which I can see
in which I would
that.
murder you for whatever reason.
Yeah.
It's like anytime somebody takes out a life insurance policy on somebody, it's like, okay, look at that.
Dave, did you take out a
What
life insurance
I did
policy
a
on
while
me?
ago. I talked to you first about it.
I know. No. That was a
Yeah.
while ago.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Klingons are now on the ground
Right.
and the fighting is coming closer.
Um,
And
yeah.
they're like, "Oh no, they won't." Jake was like, "No, they won't touch medical personnel." And they're like, "No, Klingons will absolutely kill
Oh,
medical personnel."
they'll shoot a patient in the bed
Yeah.
and think that they're giving them an honorable death.
Yeah. Dudes, your culture is your culture, okay? It's not everybody else's culture.
Yeah.
All right? That's not
Your
okay.
culture is not a monolith.
Yeah, stop doing that. Stop it.
Yeah. So the place does get hit and they lose power and they have
That's
to
bad.
evacuate. And that means a lot of bodies through this narrow tunnel. and they'll need generators, but they really don't. I mean, the generators they have are powering the force field, and
And
so
they
they
can't
need
take that down.
other generators, which would be the one in the runabout.
Yeah. And so they have to get that because the tunnel out of there is long, like
Right.
really long. So they need to make sure that everyone does get out and yeah, they can't do it without a generator because there's no lights. You got to have lights, you got to
They
have
don't have lights and they
medical
don't have
equipment
power for, yeah,
working.
for the
Yeah.
medical equipment.
Yeah. So Jake and Bashir go out to get a generator from the shuttle, and somebody put a bunch of caps in the ground and started blowing them off.
You had a bunch of dust, not the flashiest explosions,
No,
just a lot of dust, not a
a lot
lot
of
of
dust.
flame.
It was like an air pop sort of
Yeah, it
thing.
was like an air thing that they
Yeah.
just filled like canisters full of sand and blew them.
Yep. And Bashir gets close to the shuttle. Does he get knocked out or knocked down?
He gets knocked
I can't
down.
remember. Yeah, he gets
He
knocked down.
takes some plasma burns because there's very lanky arm running by the both of them. The flailing, windmilling of the arms when they're running from rock to rock.
Yep.
It's not a an Ethan Hunt style run style at all.
No, it
It's
is
more
not.
like a impression of a Holland windmill.
Hmm.
But yeah, they get separated. Bashir gets pinned down, takes some plasma burns from a nearby explosion. Jake turns and hightails it and
Hmm.
just runs aimlessly away from the explosions.
It's that fight or flight response,
Yep, and
and
he
his
picked
body
flight.
chose flight.
Hmm.
And honestly, how many of us wouldn't?
Well, even Bashir says it was a mistake to bring him along because he's not a
Yeah.
soldier. He's a civilian.
Yeah.
He has no
But
business being there. I mean, granted, he's a journalist, but he's a beginning journalist. He's not a wartime correspondent.
no, he is not. He is not.
It's
Uh,
not like he's embedded with the troops or something.
well, that's the interesting thing is that this is basically Jake's coming of age episode
Right.
because yes, he's 18 now, legal adult or whatever that means in the future. And so he thinks that, this is his time to really strike out on his own, to become his own man. And that's not that's not what he expected when they landed on this planet. He was the one that advocated for them going there. And
Yeah.
Bashir finally went along with it. And so the reason that they are there is because of Jake.
Yep. And
And
granted, they save lives because of it.
they do save lives, and it's a good thing that they went there. But Jake had no idea what he was
Nope.
going to get into because nothing can prepare you for the real thing.
Well, he
Nothing.
romanticized stuff
Yeah,
because being a writer means he's probably also a reader, and he was reading probably accounts that celebrated war rather than presented it as is and the horrors of war.
yeah. And and that's the thing. You can read about something, you can do drills, you can do the simulations, what have you. It's not going to be the same. You never know what you're going to do until you're in that moment. And in that moment, he runs
Yep.
and
He runs so far away.
he comes across
He could get
a
away.
wounded soldier.
Who's really chewing the scenery, this guy.
Oh my God, he really is, but he's dying. We'll let him have his scenery chewing.
Yep, he's leaking ketchup.
He is leaking so much ketchup. And Jake's like, no, I'm gonna get you out of here. He thinks he's going to atone
Right.
for abandoning Bashir by saving this guy. And he's like, if you make me stand up, my innards are gonna fall out.
Yeah, fall onto your shoes.
Yeah.
Also, don't let me fall over. Don't let me die in the dirt.
Mm,
And then he dies
yeah.
with his eyes all open.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Jake full on confesses in front of this guy. Oh yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
ran away from a bunch of explosions and I found you. And maybe that's why I ran away is to find you. And then he dies. So apparently not.
Yeah. Yeah. That was supposed to be his what's the word I'm looking for here?
His come to Jesus moment.
His atonement for
Right.
for running away from Bashir. And there was nothing, yeah, there was nothing Jake could have done. Not a thing.
No, yeah, he gave him basically morphine
Yeah.
to help end the pain.
And that was and that actually wore off pretty early.
Pretty damn quickly, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, when
because
your
that
guts are falling out of you.
yeah, that's true. So yeah, just honestly, I have to really commend Sirach Lofton on his performance in this episode because he starts out as this cocksure, newly adult guy who thinks he knows everything. He's gonna do this profile, but he's bored. And wow, that boredom doesn't last.
Yeah. Well,
But
it's
I'm sorry, go
interesting
ahead.
this when he lands on planet and he starts writing stuff. It's like no matter where he stands, he's in the way
Mm-hmm.
because he doesn't belong there. He's not aiding to the cause. And when he puts down the pen and paper and picks up a gurney, a
Mm-hmm.
stretcher, suddenly he's in there with the rest of them and he's getting the work done and he's, contributing. Even has the guy like die on the table that where he gets that handprint of blood on his shirt
Yeah.
as he's being marked. I mean, he's in with the rest of them now. And they even said that, let's get you dressed, let's get you in some scrubs or something.
Mm-hmm.
Though I don't think they ever do.
Yeah. No, there was a point where he was in those kind of weird gray scrubs, and then
Right.
he wasn't again.
Yep.
But yeah, I really appreciate Sirach's performance in this. That's some heavy lifting
Hmm?
he's had to do.
There's an arc in this,
Yes.
he starts in one place and ends in another, and you see him develop over that time. So
Yep.
yeah, this is definitely a Jake Sisko episode, and yeah, you can see his acting. You can see, the nuance. Like when he does get back and finds out that Bashir is, there and wounded,
Mm-hmm.
and how he doesn't want to see him because of the guilt of leaving him behind. It's like he should rest. He's like, well, he's awake. He's just right over there. He's pointing the corner. That guy right there, Bashir, awake. Go talk to him.
Yeah.
So he can know that you're like being weird around him. And of course, Bashir's apologizing, and he's like, "You're apologizing to me? I'm the one that, left you behind." Bashir had to carry the generator on his own back to
Yeah.
the encampment, the MASH unit.
The MASH unit. And the Klingons get through the barrier. They are coming through the tunnels, and Jake, whether it was purposely or accidental,
Oh, that was accidentally for sure. You see
yeah,
how randomly he's firing that
but
blaster, that phaser.
maybe he had a purpose to the plan.
No, there's no plan behind this. I saw pure panic.
Yeah, there was panic, yes, but I at the same time, I don't think even he, when in a moment of panic, is going to be shooting at the ceiling.
I thought he was shooting that wildly that he hit the ceiling. But,
Yeah,
we could disagree on that. I don't think
yeah,
this was a plan at all. I think he lucked into saving people.
I think that it was a plan when the Klingons started coming in, that he saw a way to, I mean, he was scared out of his mind,
Right.
obviously, but he saw a way to keep the Klingons from getting to those people that have been already carried out.
I think if they wanted to convey that this was by design, they would have showed it on screen. They would have shown him seeing the weak point with the rock above the tunnel and aiming at it and shooting at it rather than being behind a desk, not even looking and firing randomly.
Yeah. Well, we can agree to disagree
Yeah.
because seeing things on the screen can be interpreted more than one way.
Yeah, I don't recall him ever actually taking dead aim at where it would collapse the tunnel.
Yeah, well, he's not a soldier, is he?
No. Yeah, that's why I think he lucked into it.
Agree to
If he had a
disagree.
grenade or something and tossed it to the tunnel, that would make a bit more sense, but just firing a phaser randomly.
Yeah. So it's hard to say. I saw it one way and you saw it another way, and that's
Yeah.
fine. We both we can agree that basically it got the job done, and Jake ended up not dying. In fact, he saved a lot of lives
Yeah.
because he kept the Klingons from coming through the tunnels
Yeah,
to
that's another thing. When
get
they
them.
were saying that he was a hero, he was like, just kind of had this face like, not really. If he had
Yeah.
intended to do it, maybe he could accept that kind of praise, but yeah, having it being unintentional.
Yeah, yeah. And probably the biggest courageous thing that he does is writes about all of this and
Oh
is
yeah.
honest about everything he said and did. That takes guts. That takes integrity. And again, kudos to Sirach. And Cisco says, it takes courage to look inside yourself.
Yep. Yeah, and to present the true self, the vulnerability, the fear,
Hmm.
the unintentional consequences, the poor decision making in the moment, and to say, yes, I was scared.
Yeah.
Courage is not for fearlessness.
Hmm.
Courage is being scared and doing the thing anyway.
Yes. That's also the definition of bravery in my book.
Right.
So
Yeah.
either way, courage and bravery
Courage and
seem,
bravery
yeah,
synonymous.
yes, agree. And that's the thing is people think, it's like, oh, that's so brave. You don't really know what you're saying because you haven't experienced what this person did,
Yeah.
and Jake just takes this and puts it out to everyone.
Yeah.
Now that's bravery. Yeah.
And it humanizes this person that people would label a coward
Yes.
because he did the same thing. And it's
Hmm.
like, yeah, in a moment of weakness, I made the wrong decision. But unlike this guy that shot himself in the foot, I had this second chance.
Hmm.
And if you gave this guy who shot himself in the foot a second chance, who knows what he might have done?
Yeah.
Maybe he would have atoned for his sins as well, realized what he did to himself because he seemed to. He
Hmm.
reflected on it. He admitted as much to being a coward or, people thinking he was a coward.
Yep. And he was determined that he was going to get court-martialed.
Oh, yeah.
We never find that out. We never find out if he was actually court-martialed.
Well, it's not like even presented a defense. He said, I deserve pretty much to be court-martialed. I'll go become a cutter on an asteroid. I have
Hmm.
really good aim because otherwise I would have blown off my own leg. So, if I need to shoot up asteroids like the old video game, then so be it.
Yeah. But that's the thing. We don't know if he actually got court-martialed. So
No,
that
who
was
knows if Jake could be a character witness and say, under the same circumstances, I did a similar thing,
hmm
and yet I turned around and did this other thing. So are we cowards by nature or are we cowards by incident?
yeah.
It's like it just depends on the time,
Yeah.
is which
And
decision we make.
Starfleet could argue that, yeah, of course, he did the same thing but he's not going to get court-martialed because he's not in Starfleet. So,
Well, yeah,
that's,
one has training and one doesn't. So
yeah,
you would assume the person that was trained for combat would be the one that wouldn't run away from combat.
yeah,
He deserted his post,
he did.
and desertion is a pretty big deal.
It is. And I could see how I understand both sides of that, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Because again, you can train somebody for, 15 years, but you put them in the actual situation, you don't know what till they do it.
Right.
That's just how it works. So, yeah, this one doesn't really, I mean, it kind of has a B plot, but not really.
Yeah, we get a little bit with the pregnancy just to, say, hey, this is an ongoing thing. We get a little bit of Cisco. We get a really great moment with Dax talking about her previous children.
Yes, that was excellent.
And she gets all
Um,
teary-eyed, reflecting on when her children have been sick or injured or passed away.
yeah, yeah. And wow, Terry Farrell,
Yeah, she does an amazing job in this episode.
yeah, she's really great. And I was even saying this to you earlier. It's like first year Dax, ugh, fifth year Dax, whoa.
Yeah.
She really found her character.
And you can understand why she wanted to leave because, she's not given these opportunities very often. And this is a Star Trek series that has decent roles for women. And
Hmm.
even so, she wasn't being served to the level that she deserved.
Yes.
So yeah, move on.
Yep, yep. I appreciate that she's still doing Star Trek stuff, like conventions and whatnot, and like those years when they were still doing what did they call it? Trek Talk, where they got a bunch of Star Trek people and just did a live stream and did panels with all these people online. So yeah. Um, anyway, do you have any final thoughts on this particular episode?
I noticed that even in the serious episode with a lot of talk about war and cowardice and decisions under the gun, there's still a moment with the Rick Berman kind of set up to get a little bit of eye candy for the male gaze. Because what do you know, we have like either a doctor or a nurse doing squats right in front of the camera. It's like, oh, there's some lady's butt just in center screen bending down. We get the doctor that you almost think this would be a romance with Bashir, and then she talks about her husband. And it's like, well, no, that won't be a thing between those two. Because you
Mm,
could see it could be, because it seemed like there's some chemistry between them, but nope, this
yeah.
doctor had a husband stationed on, I guess, the Farragut,
That
and
makes
it
my
got
heart
bloated up.
hurt.
Yep.
Ugh, ugh,
And
that
then
makes my heart hurt.
Bashir with just some comforting platitudes. It's like, oh, well, I know the captain, and the Farragut's been through, the Cardassian War and survived. This is nothing.
Yeah, never say shit like that.
Yeah. You can't promise
Because
anything.
no, you can't promise
He's,
anything.
and the most you can say is, well, this is what he signed up for.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a sad state of affairs, but, this, when you join the armed forces, this is the assumption you make, is that you might not come back.
Yeah, well, the same is true for her because,
Yep.
she was basically a doctor in a war zone.
Yeah.
So,
So it went for both of them, and they should
yeah.
both understand that.
Yeah.
And Bashir just giving empty platitudes.
Yeah, it's not helpful.
No, no, it's just let her be prepared for the worst and hope for the best.
Yep, yep. All right, anything else you want to say about this episode?
I can't think of anything offhand. I talked about the makeup and some other scenarios, talked about the baseball. When Bashir went, get down, I went, and boogie.
Yeah, you did.
So little weird things like that. Jam on the forehead, overacting guy dying.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. What the heck did I do with the randomizer? Oh, there it is.
I don't know, but I better get the list up here.
964, right?
Yes, 964.
Still. Though we do have screeners for Strange New Worlds, so it's
We
coming.
do. We do. That is not what I wanted to click on. There we go. Okay. Have at thee.
Have at thee. We got 763, so that might be New Trek.
I don't think so. No,
If
you're
there's
right. You're
been
right. Oh
200
my God.
episodes of New Trek.
Yeah. It's not. It's not.
Not quite.
It's just be quiet for a second. I'm trying to form a thought.
All right.
763, right?
Yeah.
It's a short trek. It's
Oh.
Q&A.
Oh, okay.
That is what we're covering. So it's gonna be a short episode next week.
It might be. If we have a lot to discuss regarding the short trek, then maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah,
How much discussion could it inspire, really?
we'll see. We'll find out when we do it.
Yep.
So but it's probably gonna be a short one because it's a short trek.
Fair enough.
So, but yeah, you were right that it was
Oh,
new
it just
trek.
seems like we've had 200 episodes of New Trek.
Yeah. The funny thing is that if it were one lower, it would have been the season 2 finale of Discovery.
Oh, that would have been interesting.
Yeah, which is a great episode. I mean, that
Yeah.
whole season is just really great.
That's Red Angel territory stuff, isn't it?
Yep.
Cool.
So there you go, folks. Your very short homework for next week is Q&A, which is a short trick. So do that, and while I'm doing things so that I remember what we're doing. Okay, there we go. So yeah, just a few reminders that I forgot to do at the beginning of the show. Thank you again and always to Dan for letting us borrow your spreadsheet, and it's very helpful for this particular venture. We thank you very much. Fight fascism, fuck
Right.
ICE, and yeah, hi Patrick. I'm glad you're alive still, because Minnesota.
Mhm.
Yeah. I don't think that I have anything else to say, Dave. How about you?
I'm DJ Evil Dave most places. Can't seem to get into the Shield Podulation Blue Sky account for the life of me. I don't know how to get back in there.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's annoying is what it is. But yeah, DJ Evil Dave pretty much everywhere. You can hear this, unhear this. You can watch it on YouTube, hear it on most podcatchers, and like, subscribe, that sort of thing. Helps boost the algorithm. Reviews too if you want. Yeah, that's the extent of what I have available. We saw Supergirl,
We did. We did.
or I like to call it Supergirl Fury Road. It's a bit
Yeah,
derivative of other things that you may have seen recently.
it is, and it also has a very glaring
Oh, the
very
worst
plot
plot
hole
hole. Oh, a
very early
terrible
on.
plot hole. I mean, the whole raison d'etre for Supergirl to do what she's doing could be something she could solve in another way.
Mm-hmm. In a much faster way.
Much faster way.
Much
A
faster
simpler, a
way.
way that works for herself, for crying out loud.
Yeah, a way where she doesn't have to battle a lot of people.
Yeah. It's like, oh, just do this.
Mm-hmm.
And
Because that
you
was
take care of
yeah.
it.
You guys will know if you
Yeah.
go watch Supergirl, you guys will know what we're talking about when you see
Mhm.
it. I'm not going to
That could have
say
done
what
without
that is.
Lobo.
Yeah, Lobo was pointless.
Yeah.
Lobo was pointless.
Well, especially when it's
And
Supergirl's movie. Get the Lobo out of there.
yeah, just it's like
Just
is this
let it be her movie and stop stealing her moments.
yeah, stop letting men co-opt a movie that
Yeah.
has a female protagonist.
And stop
Just
letting this man randomly save her in the last moment.
yeah,
Let her
just
save herself.
yeah, I found that very frustrating
Yeah.
and very I can't think of the word. It doesn't matter. But
I mean, the
yeah.
portrayal of Supergirl herself was excellent, but
Oh yeah. Millie Alcock,
yeah.
brilliant.
Also,
Really, really
there's
impressed.
a little bit of the Kelvin Star Trek movie in there too. Just a villain that's not that interesting.
Yes.
It's like
Yes.
this just isn't really doing anything for me.
Yeah. The big bad is just like,
It's like, what? Yeah,
really?
what?
This is
Yeah.
the
Again, it's
big
like
bad?
Fury Road, except, it was a scarier villain in Fury Road, to be honest with you.
True.
Um,
Agree. Anyway, it had its ups and downs. It's not
yeah,
a perfect movie.
it was disappointing.
It was disappointing. It could have been better. They could have
Yeah.
done more with the character
Even the
and
music,
yeah.
it's like ever
And
since
there's
Guardians of the Galaxy, there's like a way to do these kind of movies with a decent soundtrack, and this was like, it's just not doing it
yeah.
for me.
And it was kind of gross as
Yeah,
well. And
a lot of
that
piss and
just
vomit and
yeah,
shit.
please don't do that.
Yeah.
Please don't do that. Anyway, so
Yeah.
doing jazz
Jazz hands.
hands. No one can see me but Dave. Here are my jazz hands. All right. So
Yeah.
take care of yourselves, folks, and we will talk at you next week for a very short time because short trek.
Yes, we will see you later for a short trek.
All right. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Bye.
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 Still up.
Still up.